see. Good morning. Please be seated. As Mr. Rogers said, my name is James Sweeney, and I'm one of the U.S. District Court judges here, and it's my distinct honor to welcome you to this momentous occasion. We, a nation of immigrants, expand our citizenry. I look forward to soon welcoming as my fellow Americans the newest citizens to our ranks, but first we must administer to you a sacred and solemn oath, an oath that requires much of you. For over 230 years, such an oath of allegiance has been used. It's the final step to citizenship. And with these roughly 140 words, you give up part of your identity in exchange for a new identity as an American. For some of you, the path has been short, for others, very long. And for all, it has involved sacrifice, serious consideration, and hard work learning about U.S. history, civics, and government. Each of you has a different story, but your shared love of freedom, liberty, and equality has brought you together to this place at this time. It's now my privilege to administer the oath of citizenship, so if the applicants would please stand and raise your right hand. And you can repeat after me, inserting your name where appropriate. I state your name, hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. All right. May you lower your hands. Please be seated, and congratulations. What a privilege and thrill it is for me to welcome the 50 newest members of our great American family. So too, you are now part of the Indiana family. Welcome, my fellow Americans. Welcome, my fellow Hoosiers. To my fellow Americans, our newest citizens, you hail from some 20 countries, from Burma to Zimbabwe, from Congo, Kinshasa to Vietnam, from India to Mexico, from Brazil to Nigeria, from Cameroon to the Philippines, from Iran to Egypt, from Cuba to Uganda, and points in between. Some of you came to escape persecution or other injustices. Some came seeking economic prosperity. Some yearned for security for their families and stability. All came for freedom. Look around. You don't look alike. You may come from teeming cities or rural villages. You don't worship the same way, perhaps. But here, you've raised your hand and sworn that sacred oath. No matter your motivation, no matter your background, no matter your pathway to our shores, you are welcome here. We need you and the diversity you bring to America. You are now official United States citizens, and what a remarkable journey you have made, each with a different story. And as of today, your story is forever woven into the fabric of this country as you have just earned the prized possession of American citizenship. It is a high honor and profound privilege to become an American citizen. Our whole nation embraces you with open arms and joyful hearts. This is a day to be treasured forever, and it is our honor to be with you today and share in this special moment for you and, yes, for our nation. Now, while many native-born Americans may take the privilege of citizenship for granted, you do not have that problem. Each of you worked too hard for this moment to take it for granted. You followed the rules, upheld our laws, overcame adversity, and contributed to the strength, success, and vitality of our nation. Now each of you stands here today before your proud and beaming families appearing by video as an inspiration to us all and a clarion call to others, following in your footsteps as they surely will. So, congratulations are in order as you begin a new and amazing adventure. And with the rights and freedoms you enjoy as Americans, there is nothing you cannot achieve. But citizenship also exacts a cost. Each year, nearly 1 million new Americans take the oath of allegiance and inherit a legacy of liberty and justice that generations of Americans fought at the risk of life and limb to secure and sustain. So too, scores of immigrants have fought in the name of freedom under the American colors. Freedom is not free, nor does it come without sacrifice. But you know this from your own sacrifices as you journeyed here. By taking this oath, as a recent president noted, you have forged a sacred bond with the United States, its traditions, its culture, and its values. This heritage is now yours to protect, yours to promote, and yours to pass down to the next generation or to future immigrants. Our history is now your history. Our traditions are now your traditions. And our Constitution is now yours to safeguard, celebrate, and cherish. You, my friends, are up to the task. As Americans, we are bound together in love and loyalty and fidelity and friendship. And yes, even in affection for one another. We must look out for each other, care for each other, act in the best interest of our nation and our citizens, all of whom we are proud. The beauty and majesty of United States citizenship is its guarantee of equality of opportunity that draws no distinctions of race or class, faith or gender, status or background. To quote Adlai Stevenson, America is much more than a geographical fact. It is a political and moral fact, the first community in which men set out in principle to institutionalize freedom, responsible government, and human equality. In preparation for today, you learned about U.S. history. Now that history is your history, including the 3 words that changed the course of human history and government: we the people. No matter where we came from, no matter what titles or degrees we may or may not have, no matter whether we are the first generation or the 10th, rich or poor, we are all equal here. We are one team, we the people, proudly saluting one grand old American flag. Indeed, gathered here is a great collection of individual talent and incredible diversity. It's been said that Americans do not fear difference, rather, we celebrate it. Diversity is America's strength, its calling card, the coin of the realm. We, each of us, share a love of freedom. You have shared in the dream that is America. Don't shrink from your responsibility to carry that dream forward. With the privilege of citizenship comes responsibilities, including the responsibility to leave America better than you found it upon your arrival. It is also important that you remember your heritage, the culture from which you came, while also embracing and adding your experiences to the melting pot that is America. When you hear people complain about what they think is wrong with America, set them straight. Be heard, be bold. Tell them why people from all over the globe are willing to leave everything they have and everyone they know in order to travel long distances to start a new life in America. Tell them why you did that. Tell them something you've learned in the course of becoming a U.S. citizen, something that you think is important about our history, civics, and government. Tell them about something Abraham Lincoln or Harriet Tubman did. Tell them about the rights pioneered in the Declaration of Independence. Tell them about the Bill of Rights. Tell them about what rights and freedoms are guaranteed in the First Amendment. Tell them about freedom of religion. Tell them about our market economy. Tell them about the importance of the rule of law. Tell them about why you are a proud American. My fellow Americans, again, congratulations and welcome to the family. You are now part of the dream that is called America, a 245-year experiment in governance by the people and for the people. We are so proud of you, so fortunate and honored to call you Americans. To paraphrase Octavio Paz, for centuries, the word American has designated a person who was defined not by what he or she had done, but what they would do. You are all capable of doing great things, and we expect as much of you, for it is the common citizen that makes this country great. Indeed, as Walt Whitman once penned, the genius of the United States is not best or most in its executives or legislators, nor in its ambassadors or authors, or colleges or churches or parlors, nor even in its newspapers or inventors, but always most in the common people, south, north, west, east, in all its states, through all its mighty amplitude. Thank you all for your perseverance, especially during this COVID pandemic. Thanks too to your families for their support. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. And again, congratulations to you all, and let's give each other a round of applause.